What is going on, guys? Slickby here, and today we are back in World of Warships. I just can't get enough of this game. Now today we are going to ramp up the content a bit. Before, it was just some, getting our feet wet in the World of Warships, but today I'm going to do a full-on preview. You could almost say a review, but I'm scared to say that because I don't know everything about this game yet. Now, what we're going to be looking at is the Myogi. Now this is, I think I pronounced that right, Myogi. This is the tier 4 Japanese battleship in the game, the only tier 4 battleship in the game, and this thing is a beast, a fucking beast. So as you can see over on the right, the armor ranges from 6mm to 203, 203 probably being on the sides. Now I don't know, we don't have like a armor calculator, but that is all good. For your main battery, you have 356mm cannons in housings of 2 with 3 turrets of them. So you see 1 here and 2 in the back. You have a secondary armament which you cannot control, which are 76mm, and you also have a secondary armament of 150mm, and you can't control either of those. Those are just for, personal close-up defense that the ship controls itself. Now, at least to my knowledge, I haven't been able to control them, and I don't know if that's going to be implemented later on, or if it is already and I just can't find it. But from my understanding, I use these, and that's it. And then when a ship gets close, these all open up on them, and they're like, yo, get off my back, son. Max speed is 32 knots, which is not too bad for a ship of this size. It's a very big ship. Now, its turning circle is 900 meters. Not that great. You're not going to be able to get out of the way of islands very fast, as you can see, just to show against it. This is a cruiser from America, and this turns at 830. Let's look at this one, and this one is a heavy cruiser for America, and this is 710. So it's not the best turner, and the rudder shift time is 16 seconds, which compared to other ships that are cruisers is a lot faster. That are a lot faster. So this is pretty slow. Not very good at maneuverability. It also doesn't have good concealment, but I mean, obviously it's a big battleship. You wouldn't expect it to hide very well. That being said, it's not a very tall ship, and it's not a very, beefy ship. There's a lot to miss here. You have to hit a slim profile when you're shooting at it. So, this is a shell. I'm a shell. You're probably going to come in from like this angle. You can hit the whole deck, which is a problem because it's all flat. But if you're closer, it's a lot harder to hit. So if you're up close to this thing, it's going to be difficult to hit this just basically like a big flat surface with some guns that will do a hell of a lot of damage to you. Speaking of the guns, we're going to go look at them. So AP shell damage maximum is 10,000, and maximum HE shell damage is 4,000. So these are some hard hitting cannons. They will mess your day up. Now when I say mess your day up, they will mess your day up. I have one-shotted destroyers with this thing. Completely regardless, the destroyer came up close to me, missed his torpedo salvo, bang, completely done. That being said, if a destroyer does get around your side, these guns traverse very slowly. Does it show? Turn time, 37 seconds to go 180 degrees, so they're very slow at turning. And a heavy cruiser, I would even say a heavy cruiser could outflank you, but definitely a destroyer or a light cruiser will get around you very fast, so you be careful for that. If you're playing this ship, you're more of a, powerful support. That's how battleships, I feel like, need to be played in this game. You don't want to be on the front, because if you're on the front, you're a big target. If you're in the back, you have the range and you have the firepower to hurt people from range, so you just keep volleying over your boys and protect them. But anyway, that being said, we're going to hop straight into a battle, so I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright guys, so we got into a game. We got into a domination on fault line. And what we're going to do is go off to the right real quick and go mess some boys up. You know what I'm saying, guys? We're going to go mess some people up. So off the start of the battle on a map, what I like to do is, especially in a battleship, it's as easy to show from the top-down view, is I'll spawn in and either map click like this or autopilot myself somewhere. And I'll make sure that I'm going to be broadside when I get to the cap circle, and I will never go into the cap circle. At least now I don't really feel comfortable going into the cap circle. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that my ship is going straight. Yeah, we're going straight. Alright. So I don't like to go into a cap circle because, you know, look, let's say I go into the cap circle. Sure, I cap it. Let's say they have 2 ships come around and I'm the only one over here. It's happened before. If you're by yourself and 2 ships come at you, you will die, especially in this ship. It doesn't have guns on both sides. You know, it has turrets, so they have to turn all the way around if you want to hit broadside on the other side, which is problematic when you're getting flanked from both sides. Another thing is, there's 2 ways for enemies to come at you from this way, not to mention that a destroyer could slip around behind you very easily. You know, put a smoke screen down right here and get behind you or whatnot. So I like to stay behind my other ships, like right around here, fire over the cap into anybody trying to come into it, and let the destroyers slip in right around here, and they'll cap it on their own. This is also good to have these islands kind of at your sides when you're in this like little passage area, we're going to call it, because these torpedo ships and scout planes and stuff, when they're going to come over here, harass us for a second, and they have to go back and rearm. And when they come back, they're not going to know exactly where we are until they get close, and then when they get close, that gives us a chance to shoot them down, or use our cruisers and stuff to shoot them down. So that is the good thing. Another thing for battleships is I suggest using AP for most of your engagements, unless you're firing on a very light target or you're going to try to set them on fire. The way the rounds work, to me at least right now, is AP does a hell of a lot more damage if it penetrates, but it will not set people on fire, and it doesn't do a lot of module damage. HE does a lot less damage. Even if it doesn't penetrate, it'll still do a decent amount of damage, and it'll do a lot of module damage, and it'll set people on fire a lot. But you're not going to be doing the big hits. You're not going to be hitting 10,000 off of one shell without firing AP. Now, I've had volleys that have done 15,000 damage in one shot, and that devastates ships. As you can see, if I got hit for 15,000, would I'd be at 1/3 of my health, right? 1/4 of my health already? I'm not really good at fast math, but you guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're going to take a shot. This looks like a St. Louis over there. So we're going to take some shots at it. Press Z to follow our shells to see how close they are. And those look good. I'm going to zoom out. I don't think I hit them though. We also have a light cruiser over there. So this thing does have a long reload time. It's understandable. I mean, it's a big battleship. I'm going to slow her down real quick here and try to hit this other St. Louis that's coming in. And he's right about here. Let's see. Those look good. Yep. 2 hits. Now, we didn't penetrate on that. You could see that. But it's very far away. It's hard to fire effectively from super far away like that. Now this enemy actually did a very smart thing. He got behind the island so we couldn't hit him. I would be scared of me in a combo though too. Oh, those are good volley too. 1,200. Alright. That was a good damage right there. And he stopped. He's backing up now. He might have hit the side over there. But that's good for us because we're sitting still. And we're just going to unload into him again. Good hits, good hits. 8,000. So we got another guy coming up pretty close. I'm going to try to put some shots into him. And this Congo and I should be able to dispatch him rather quickly. Good hits, good hits. 4, that's 5,000. Nice. Let me make sure I see where I am. I don't want to block the Congo's shots. So right now, this is a little different than what I was trying to explain. But if you can look on the map here, we do have guys flanking. And that's going to pose some trouble. Hold on, I'll hop in the map real quick. Our guys right here are flanking this guy, so they're going to be fighting, and we can just take him out easily. That's what we're going to do. Good hits. Good hits. Knocked him out. Nice. Alright.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
And now we could hit this guy because he's worried about the other peeps. When we reload, we'll put another volley into him, and then we'll move to go cap C. So, you know, as you guys can see, this is how I play battleships. I'm not saying it's the only way to play battleships, but it helps. You know, it's helpful for the team. You can hold off one side like we just did. Not saying that I could have done that by myself. You know, that the Congo definitely helped me a lot. But you know, if you when you get to higher tiers, you're going to be helping your team immensely like that. Imagine a Yamato at this straight. Now there might be bigger maps at those tiers, but just for example, Yamato could probably hold this whole side when he's full broadside from anything, because those guns are deadly as fuck. We're gonna push in and cap this circle real quick. The scores are about even. They're actually, yeah, they are even. We'll push up and cap this circle real quick.
Autopilot mode enabled.
So it looks to be like their carrier might be over there. And they have 4 guys chasing one of our guys down here, which is an issue. We could win off capping, but that's not that much fun. I like to shoot things. That's the most fun. So they have 2 Langleys, which is not a problem. For carriers, if you're ever engaging a carrier, shoot HE on its deck so its planes can't take off or land, and then you can just load AP once you have them on permafire. So the way I like to do that is shoot and get them on fire, shoot another volley of HE after you see that they're repaired. They most likely won't have repairs up by then. Set them on fire so they'll be on fire for a while, and then you just switch over to AP and do the real damage on them, which is another good tactic. So we're just going to drive up and try to deal with this carrier real quick. I know the Congo wants a piece of that ass too. Oh yeah. Actually rather close to getting the Congo, and I'll have a review of that out shortly for you guys too, because I know my boys, I know my sub base. They like their not carriers. They like their battleships. And don't tell me you guys don't. I know you do. I can also do some light cruiser. I think I'm going to do a review of the Cleveland when I get that, and also probably I'm trying to think of the one that I have right now. The name is slipping. I don't know. It's after the Phoenix and before the Cleveland. I think it starts with an O, but I can't think of it right now. Ohio, maybe? I'm not sure. And I might do some carrier gameplay as well. See how that works. I'm almost in range of this carrier.
Our victory is in sight.
We're winning. We're gonna win. I'm gonna win by cap. So overall, this wasn't a bad game. 1 kill. Not bad. I will take it. But I hope that this has helped you guys, you know, learn how to play a battleship maybe more effectively than you have, or if you were dying a lot previously, if you're in the CBT, and you were wondering, you know, what am I doing wrong exactly? Why do I have this big battleship but I keep dying? Maybe that'll help you out. You know, one ship, even if you are a battleship versus 2, is you're most likely going to die. It's not easy to take care of those guys. In the slightest. It's not easy to handle yourself like that, as much as you try. This game is very patient oriented. You need to be very patient, and you have to calculate your moves with, you know, a lot of courtesy, because if you mess up a little bit in your calculations, like, oh, I think I'm going to go over here, and you're not being aware of the map, you're going to end up alone, and you are going to get destroyed by multiple enemies. So as you see, not a bad game, 13 hit game, detailed report, 30,000 damage, not too bad. Only firing AP. XP wise, 4th on the team, and kill wise, we'll just say 4th on the team as well. Multiple other people had 1 kill. 13 hits, destroyed, critical hits to the Citadel. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.